Welcome everyone to another episode of Diski Den. This is our third episode. We're going strong. And before we start, I haven't done this before, but I wanted to say, guys, please subscribe, please support us, support what we're doing here. It helps the channel, it helps us grow, and it will help us compete with the other sports channels that we're trying to compete with. Let me just start right quick because this was a very big weekend for local football. It was the first, officially the first games in South Africa with the MTN8, the quarterfinals, and we're going to talk a lot about that. We're going to talk some Premier League, and maybe we'll talk about other things, but we'll mainly focus on the MTN8. So before I start, let me just introduce everyone. I'm Hudson, the host for today, and I'm joined by Nino.
What's up, everyone? Nino here. I'm sure most of you guys have seen me on the channel before. First time appearing on Diski Den. Excited to be here. Gonna break it down. Gonna break down this painful weekend for my son.
Yeah, Nino's a regular in the channel. You've probably seen him before, but this is his first, or this is his debut in the Diski Den. Pino.
Pino over here. Amakosi Abuyile, but we'll get to that later. Revenge season is on, my niggas.
All right. It is on. Then we're going to Soso, Maine. Another Sundowns Gents. What's up, brother?
Where do I even begin? Like, I wasn't feeling confident. When I woke up this morning, I had a bad feeling, man. I had a very, very bad feeling.
Oh, man.
So,
okay,
yeah.
Jess. Okay,
not feeling good, eh?
We'll get to it, Jess. We'll get to it. I think I want to start off where we all want to start off. I want to start there, but I do believe we have to start off the first game, the one that kicked it off. TTM, the Chivenda boys, went against SuperSport in the first match. Jess, how was it? Let me start with you, Pino.
It was a good game, we got a lot of goals, which is contrary to SA football. First half was all SuperSport. I think they showed their class a bit there, breaking the gents down via width, getting some good balls in the box. But second half, to be honest, TTM, for new guys, they fought back. And I think it was Lumola and Shonga who really provided a lot of impetus in the second half. And they just competed well. So I think they did themselves a lot of justice for their first game.
Yeah, man. Coming from what happened to them, it's a very tough situation. The lineup, I'd like actually Nino to talk about this a little bit. Something weird happened before the game. When we all got the lineup, something weird happened. Nino, would you like to tell everyone what happened? Because you're the one that pointed out first.
You know what? Weirdly enough, I would love to praise TTM, right, Tichakuma, for their performance against SuperSport. They showed some fighting spirit. But, when that lineup came out and we only saw there were only 3 substitutes, that was pretty wild. I've actually never seen that ever in my lifetime. When you're playing FIFA and you get too many red cards and injuries, like you can't play the game. You're forced to abandon the game and actually forfeit. But seeing that was pretty funny. And I think too, I think there was only one outfield player among the 3 substitutes. I think the other 2 were goalkeepers, if I'm not mistaken. So, for them to debut in the 2021 season like that is pretty. It's just showing you that more things like this are to come. That's all I can say.
Yeah, man. I mean, one thing I can say for sure is that they must watch. You know what I mean? And soccer business is also entertainment business. And in the entertainment sense, wasn't too bad. Soso, bro, you watched that game right after we get into your game. But is there anything you want to say quickly about that first match?
Yo, that first match, bro, like it was bizarre. Hey, I thought we were gonna go to extra time for a minute there. Like when they scored the first goal, I was like, nah, man. At least it's still 3-1, and then it got to 3-2, and I was like, hey, SuperSport is crumbling. Otherwise, great fighting spirit from TTM. It was the first time actually seeing them play. Yeah, I was impressed. I was impressed, especially considering that the fact, like Nino mentioned, that they only had 3 subs. Yeah, no, the boys were running, but you could tell they're running on E, like towards the end of the game, like they were tired. They were tired.
Yeah, man. I mean, people.
It's a shame. I would have loved to.
Yeah.
I was saying it's a shame. I would have loved to see Bidvest in the competition. I just do want to say what happened to them. Their situation was very unfortunate. You look at a club like Bidvest, and this is a competition they can win. And looking at TTM, they're out already. So it's not a great start. Looking at all these teams to beat, aside from Maritzburg United, they could have done something against SuperSport, and they didn't. It's just that's football for you.
Yeah, Jess, and you know what? I mean, it was a good game, but let's not forget there was another team there. You know, SuperSport. I just want to say this quickly before we move on. SuperSport was it started really well in that first half. Man, kind of thought it was going to be like 5-1. You know what I mean? They came on like a house on fire. The attacking midfielder was like a Grobler. Man, that guy was just he was dictating the midfield, bro. And it was kind of weird because as much as TTM fought back in the second half, I thought, you know, in the first half, SuperSport, especially in that midfield, just seemed like they just seemed like it was like smooth sailing for them. Didn't seem like they were overexerting themselves. Didn't feel like they were pushing themselves. They were passing the ball really well. The possession was quite high for them, and SuperSport really did well in that first half. When they fell apart, you know what I thought was complacency personally. But yeah, I just wanted to say that about SuperSport quickly, man. Because you know, I do think they played well, but they fell apart at the end. I think it was complacency, but they did play well in that first half. Is there anything else anyone wants to add before we move on to the next game?
No, not from my side.
From my side, I just want to say I think SuperSport won from experience in that game, eh? Like it showed that they have the cup experience, and those boys are like new to this thing. And it was like basically their second time playing a first division team. I mean, a team in the Premier League, because they played Black Leopards in the playoffs as well. So it was very good. Eh? It was a very impressive performance. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was impressed by their overall performance. Like I even saw their stats. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. These guys were really fighting. Like they really tried.
Yeah.
All right. Just let's move on then to Amasandawana, the Brazilians against Bloom Celtic. It wasn't the second game, but I think that's the one that we need to talk about first. I think that's what we need to talk about first because the new managers have come in, you know, new philosophy, moving on from Pitso, who's at Ali having a good time, you know, had a few good results. And we got to talk about it. I want to start off Nino, since you were in the shirt. What happened to Sundowns, man? What happened to the boys?
You know, I'd like to start with saying this. I think Sundowns just don't have any luck when it comes to this specific competition, because it is the one trophy that eluded Pitso himself. You know, I feel like if Pitso was at the club, he would have seen this as a throwaway competition and just use this time to get all his signings gelling together. I watched you guys' episode last week, and you guys did say this is I think two of you guys said this is a time of building a squad. You look at the squad, and it wasn't too bad of a defeat. I mean, we played Bloemfontein Celtic in the Telkom knockout. That was a tough match. I think it was a formidable match, and actually the perfect opponent for Sundowns to actually assess where they are as a squad, you know, because the last competitive match they played was against Celtic, and it was for a trophy. And so again, this time they can actually assess where they are. Credits to Bloem Celtic, they always a tough side to beat. Betting against them, you might find yourself in danger more often than not. I'm extremely sad that Sundowns didn't win this match, but I'm not surprised. I've been seeing a lot of talk on Twitter about who the manager actually is. because when you think about it, Compella is the only official signing. So it's starting to seem that maybe he is the manager. And if that is the case, this whole season might have to be reviewed under a different lens, because I was hoping that what Mangoba has to say takes priority. I am hoping that he is the number one guy amidst all the rumors that are circulating on social media. What's been said by the club is that Mangoba and Rulani are making the joint decisions. But where there is smoke, there is fire. There is politics and everything. And I'm sure something is bubbling in camp. And as soon as that is sorted out, we'll start seeing the results we know Mamelodi to produce. That is all I have to say about the boys.
Listen, man. Listen, you got a point. I mean, they had way more shots. Okay, not way more, but 5 more shots. They possession, they were 61%. It's like they did play like the bigger team, but Celtic had them counters. Celtic had that XP, and it's not a bad loss, but it's a loss in the quarters. It's not bad, but it is in the quarters. Pino. Before we go to the other Sundowns guy, let's change it a bit.
Well, first of all, Nino, I just have to commend you for trying to sugarcoat the humongous L you just ate. First of all, you guys were strong favorites. Your squad is deep. I mean, you just added Kermit Erasmus. You guys don't have there isn't a better squad in the country than Sundowns' squad. So you were clear favorites. And to be honest, you seemed a bit lethargic. It seems as if the gents have been spending the break maybe celebrating a bit too much. They didn't look as sharp as what I'm used to seeing Sundowns look like. I guess the team and the way it's managed still needs some adjusting. So just based on the strength of the squad, I'm not going to write Sundowns off just yet. I'm very happy that they lost. I don't want to lie. There seems to be a lot of confusion. And like Nino said, where there's smoke, there's fire. So let's see if they can bat those flames out before it gets out of control.
Good points, man. And I wanted you to say that. That's why I moved on to you. So you're going to have to deal with the smoke. Bring the smoke. So main. Sundowns.
Address the smoke, my brother.
It's like I'm just gonna say it. Like tactics won on the day. Like you can tell, Maduga had a game plan for this Sundowns game. Like even the goal came from a set piece.
Yeah.
Like, things like that. You have to think about it. And also, I don't know, man. Even after like the post-match conference from Mangoba, it's like he wasn't really sure what he was doing. Like he had no direction and all of that. Like he felt very, I don't know, like he felt like he doesn't know what to do, basically. I was starting 11, we had 5 at the back, ish. Like, I'm not used to seeing Sundowns play like that. They looked very, like Pino mentioned, very lethargic. They looked very, very, very lethargic. They were playing their passing game, but didn't have that intensity that they normally have when Pito was there. And Schlompo must go. Like, yeah, he's won everything, but Schlompo must go. I'm sorry.
He's Rocketman. Rocketman needs to give a younger player a chance in the squad. I also agree with that sentiment. He is an absolute legend.
He almost scored a 40-yard banger.
He does that every season. That is why it's called the Rocketman. But I will say that I think he's. I don't want to be incorrect about his age, but he is at the later stages of 30, and he needs to give. Yeah, he needs to give someone a chance at Sundowns. I don't know who, but as someone who's watched him win so many accolades, I think it would benefit Sundowns during this transitional period.
All right, John.
He plays as well. The signing from Chiefs.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking about Chiefs, that's a nice transition there. I think everything has been said about the Sundowns games. It was delicious for
Just
me,
one last
Chiefs
point,
fan.
please.
Okay, I'll go ahead, Pino.
Shout out to Celtic, by the way, for the win.
Yeah,
You know, it's shades of SAA Super 8 2005. I remember they beat Chiefs that year, and they were like cash strapped, and they got the cup. You know, for the culture. So shout out to Celtic. That was a nice upset by them.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
Right.
Yeah,
tactics,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
tactics. Like yo, that game plan. Yo, no, 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 no. And
Yeah,
that
Jans,
goalkeeper,
yeah, Jans, yeah,
Mabukwane,
Jans.
yo, man of the match.
I don't want to dwell on my team losing for too long. Let's keep it moving.
Let's move it.
Let's
Let's
keep it
move it.
moving.
Let's move it, Jans, because
Jordan,
other, let's keep it moving because other Jans have a reason to celebrate. We move on. This is our trophy. Kaiser Chiefs. Kaiser Chiefs today played against. Wait, was it today? Yeah, it was today. Played against Marisburg United. They were losing for most of that game, 1-0. But two goals. Yeah, boy, I'm a Kosi for life. Two goals in a quick succession turned the game around, and after that, we just took care of business. I want to start with you, Pino. I want to start with you, Pino, as a Kansas Chiefs fan. How does it feel, man? It's not an amazing win, but it's a win we needed. This is our trophy.
you know what? I don't usually get carried away, especially after one game in the season, but I'm happy. I'm actually kind of getting carried away because Gavin Hunt showed me something in this first game, which gives me a lot of confidence. And it's the fact that he saw where we were going wrong and he made changes right away. As soon as he made those substitutions halftime, it changed the game. I'm no Gavin Hunt, but I could see that we lacked a bit of presence up front. Obviously, we're missing Nurkovic, who's out injured. Castro hasn't really been training as much. You could see he's needed up front. Gavin Hunt saw that and he made the necessary substitutions, and it completely changed the game. It turned the game on its head. Sussman scored a brace, but to be honest, he probably wasn't playing his best game ever because it actually seemed as if Marisburg were preferring going down his side. But either way, he scored when he needed him, and I'm a happy camper. I'm very confident in Gavin's ability, and I can't wait for the full squad to be available to see what he can really do.
Okay, gents. Okay, gents. The Sundowns guys are watching in awe. Gavin Hunt doing his thing. What do you guys think? Nino, let's start with you.
I was pretty, I agree with Pino. Gavin Hunt knew what he was doing. He actually played to his strengths. His second half changes made all the difference. I thought Marisburg actually had a chance to win this game. I want to commend them. They actually played well, but they did kind of fuck up one attack where I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but they didn't know what to do right in front of Kune. And it was like a 2-on-1 situation. That was pretty terrible. Yeah, that could have taken Kaiser Chiefs to a different level when it comes to bringing the score back. Another thing I'd have to say, I feel like Kune was beaten easily for that very first goal. I think he's starting to show signs of his age. That's one player. I know we're talking about Gegana. That's another player I feel needs to be transitioned out of this new Kaiser Chiefs. The way he was just beaten for that far post, he was in the middle. He was in the middle of the sticks, and I feel like he could have made a save. Even though he was fully stretched out, I just think he's just too slow for my liking. I do like Kaiser Chiefs. I grew up as a fan in the household until I had to make my, fan out for my own team. I respect them as opposition, so I don't like seeing them suffer too much. I do have a club that I enjoy watching them suffer. Kaiser Chiefs is not that team. I'm happy that they went through. I actually want to see what Gavin Hunt is going to do with the team. I'm very excited. And I think they play in the semis. They're going to be playing Pirates. It's going to be a Soweto derby. So, it's just one test after another for Gavin, one test after another. And he's going to be playing Sundowns very soon. So Kaiser Chiefs are the team to watch. I feel these results are going to show us what type of Kaiser Chiefs to expect in the season.
Okay, Sauces, anything you want to add, man?
Oh, wow. First of all, Maritzburg missed so many chances. It's not just the one chance. I think they hit
Yeah.
the post like 3 times in the first half. And me personally, I don't like Kaizer Chiefs. I never have. Like my household, everyone in the house is a Kaizer Chiefs fan. So they've been rubbing it in my face when Chiefs were very successful growing up. So seeing Chiefs lose brings joy to my heart. So when Maritzburg scored, I was like, yeah, this is it. Chiefs is going out. Gavin Hunt is losing his first game. But then, wow, the changes he made in the second half, you could tell they made a difference. Like Castro wasn't fully fit, but he made a difference, made a world of a difference. And Billiard's corners, I don't know how he did it, but wow, those corners are like brilliant. And also, like I feel like Chiefs didn't win that game. Maritzburg lost that game. It
Yeah.
was
Mm.
they
Mm.
lost that game. For me,
Yeah.
they lost this game. Definitely for me, they lost that game. So, but well done, Chiefs, and looking forward to that mouth-watering Soweto derby. Hey, mouth-watering
Yeah.
clash.
Since Chiefs hit the post twice as well, hey? You guys are making it seem as if like we didn't have chances.
No, they did.
It was
They
a
did.
very
They
open
did.
game.
It was
Yeah.
open. It
But
was
you guys
open.
were trailing when those guys hit the post.
You're
It
right.
was a very open game.
And I did say in the group that it's an open game, and yeah, it was a very open game. Orlando Pirates also played. Dino alluded to it earlier on. They also played Cape Town City. That match had a red card, finished 1-0. Not, I wouldn't say it was a nice match. It had some events, but probably not my favorite match of the weekend. What do you guys feel about that match? Let's start with Soso this time. Actually, no.
Um,
Okay, good. We've got you back.
okay, starting off with me, I didn't watch that game, honestly. I just saw the highlights and I saw the goal, what a goal it was. And yeah, I didn't really watch that game.
Away. Nah, I did watch it. It wasn't a bad game. Dino, did you catch it?
It was a proper professionals game. I didn't catch all of it, even though I stay in Cape Town and I want to favor for Cape Town City.
Yeah.
They're just two teams that I'm not vying for in any of the competitions currently. Plus, the only thing I can mention is the goal scorer for Orlando Pirates is a new signing, straight from Bidvest Wits. So it's good to see a new signing for them. Gel. It's nice to see them on the score sheet. That's all I can pretty much say. It's just a nice start for Joseph Zimbabwe's men. They need to make a strong case because I feel like Orlando Pirates are going to be under severe pressure this season for some reason. I feel like the fans are expecting, and this is, the upcoming Soweto derby and their first match. What is their first match against? I'll get back to that, but I feel like just like Kaizer Chiefs, the fans are expecting something from the boys.
All right, Pino. And Pino, would you tell me what the whole MTN8? That's all the games. Just tell me the first few games, man. How do you enjoy this MTN8 so far? Good results for us. Orlando Pirates. Let me know, man.
And who do you think is going to win?
Wait, we'll
First
get to
of
that.
all-
Slow down, we'll get to that.
Just to get into that Pirates game, I hate to say it, but Pirates didn't actually look that bad. It would seem as if the addition of Tulani Hlatsoayo at the back has some, maybe let's say, solidified the defense. They look a bit solid. There were some initial errors by him, but the defense looks a bit strong. Well, it's been bolstered, let me put it that way, by the other new signing from Wits. Pule looks like he's up to it. He looked like he was on his toes the first game. I think a lot of Pirate supporters will have their hopes on him, just trying to build a team around him as he's the young talisman of the team. The top goal scorer from last season didn't look too sharp. The red card, I wouldn't say changed the game. I mean, Lekay deserved the red card. However, all in all, I would give Pirates a solid 7 out of 10. They got the results. and they didn't look too bad while getting it as well. I'm very happy for us to have some local content on our plates. You know, it's been a while. Okay, it's been 40 days, but because Chiefs had such a horrific the previous season, it's good for us to start over. And especially with Gavin Hunt at the helm, it feels good. I'm very confident. I know it's early. I don't want to get carried away, but I feel good. And I don't see why Chiefs can't win. I really don't see why. Everybody is lacking a bit of cohesion at the moment because it's a new season. So I'm going to give it to Chiefs. I think we can take it. I don't see why not.
All right. So, we're doing predictions now. Pino says Chiefs. I say Chiefs. Not going to talk too long. I'm the host, but I'll let you know quickly. I say Chiefs. Pino, so, who do you think is going to win it? It's not going to be Sundowns.
Nope.
I say our Tshwane neighbors, SuperSport United. They're cup specialists. They're defending champs, if I'm not mistaken. So my money's on SuperSport.
Yeah, they are.
They're going to take Celtic for us and then beat Chiefs in the final.
All right.
Okay.
Nino, not Sundowns. Let me remind you, not Sundowns. Who do you think is winning?
So that actually surprised me. Surprised me. I was actually thinking SuperSport is going to take it as well, just because they are cup specialists. I wanted to say Bloom Celtic, but then I really thought about it while everyone was busy analyzing Kaiser Chiefs here. I want to be different, but I don't want to be wrong. So I will say SuperSport United is going to take this cup. Once again, they will defend it.
Yeah.
All right. That's 2 SuperSport. That's 2 Kaiser Chiefs and 0 Sundowns. All right, gents. That's MTN8. And it doesn't end with the MTN8. We've got the DSTV Premiership coming. There's a lot that's going to happen. There's a lot that's going to be done. I just wanted to find out before anything starts, just gents, how do we feel about the next season? What do we think is going to happen? Is there anything that's going to change because DSTV are now kind of steering the ship? Just want to find out from you guys what you think about the new season on its way. We'll start with you, Nino.
Okay, I'll try and be as fast as I can. I am excited. On the 24th of October, we've got Kaiser Chiefs versus Sundowns. That is the biggest game, without a shadow of a doubt. That is the game everyone's going to be watching. It is a curtain raiser, and I say it's a pretty decent one. It's going to set the standard for the weekend. Not only the weekend, but the conversation about titles. You know, as early as it is, I think that one fixture is going to set everything off. If that match ends in a draw, I feel people are going to be particularly disappointed. It has to. If it is a draw, it has to be a really good draw. It has to be a really entertaining match. But I think people are heading into that weekend expecting a winner, expecting some sort of direction.
Yeah.
And I will say, you know, for me, the teams to look out for is TS Galaxy and TTM. Personally, I have no hope for these teams. I have no hope. I don't see them mounting any sort of challenges. I look at this league and I feel them in it, they don't add any strength to this league. And I'm sorry to any TS Galaxy fans that are watching, TTM fans. I will have to be proven wrong. But I feel like those two teams are the teams to watch, because any 3 points they take are going to be surprises. Any victories they can get is going to blow people away, and people will be watching. But I feel like those two teams will be at the bottom. It's probably not a Nostradamic call what I'm calling. Maybe the odds do say what I'm saying is going to be happening, but I feel like they will be exciting to watch.
But Nino, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe they'll field 4 subs and surprise you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Any team that writes an apology letter, a congratulations letter to the opposition for winning a match needs to be watched. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, man, yeah. Fido, what do you expect for the new DSTV Premiership, man?
I'm really looking forward to the new season, specifically from a Chiefs perspective. Like I said earlier, we had a horrific end to the previous season, and I would just like to get that behind us. I've got a lot of confidence in the coach, man. I got a lot of confidence. He's not even dealing with the fully fit squad. Manyama still needs to come back. Nurkovic still needs to work his way back. Castro's not even 100% fit. You know, Billiard needs to wake up a bit. Okay, he did make with some assists, which at least gives you some confidence, but he didn't really apply himself the same way as, you know, the Billiard of Ajax and Sundowns formerly. You know, but I'm looking forward to that from my perspective. First game, banger. Specifically because the reason why I'm looking forward to it is specifically because Sundowns look a bit shaky, to put it as politely as possible. So I'm looking forward to that W, and that's what I see. I see Chiefs kicking off the season with the W in the league, just like they did in the Cup, and hopefully we'll get ourselves a run.
Yeah, man, hopefully. And you know what? You're right. Billiard might not have been as sharp, but he did produce, like you said, and that's really what we want right now, right? Work your way up, brother. Work your way up. You're gonna get there. So main two-man management, technical guy, Steve Compella.
The three coaches, the grandfather, the father, and the son.
The father, the son, the philosopher. What do you expect from this DSTV Premiership, man?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Like, I'm really excited. There's so many new things to look forward to. TTM and TS Galaxy, they're playing against each other, playing teams at both their statuses. Swallows is back.
Oh, the legends.
The Dube Birds. Yo, I miss the Dube Birds. I'm not going to lie. But moving on to Sundowns versus Chiefs, I have the utmost respect for Gavin Hunt. Like, as a coach, I think Gavin Hunt is the second best coach out of South Africa after Pizzo. Like, he's a brilliant genius. I fear what tactics he's gonna have for our grandfather, father, and the son. But yeah, man, I feel like maybe the boys got a wake-up call after today's game. Like, I feel like they were still in party mode, maybe. That's why they were so flat and all of that. So I think they'll get a wake-up call, and they realize that they're playing Gavin Hunt's Chiefs. It's not just Kaizer Chiefs. They're playing Gavin Hunt's Chiefs. So I think the boys will be wide awake for that game. I'm excited for that game. I'm not ruling out Sundowns win. Like, initially, I said Sundowns probably not gonna win the league this season. But I feel like when they play a big team, they'll come up on the day. They'll definitely come up on the day. But hopefully they drop Klompo and play Charlie in that game, so that he can pull the strings in the midfield. If you know what I mean.
I win, man. The philosopher's gonna make. Don't worry. Gents.
Yeah.
That is local. That is local. We've spoken enough. We're looking forward to it. We hyped up Kaizer Chiefs fan. Something to look forward to. It was terrible. At the last few weeks of the PSL. Hopefully, this is a new beginning for Kaizer Chiefs. Sundowns. It's going to be very interesting. Sundowns, TTM. Yeah, bros. It's going to be interesting this season. Just let's go international quickly. There's a lot of crazy results that happen. I mean, I don't know if it's the COVID thing. I don't know if it was a lockdown thing, but there's a lot. Betway are having a field day. People got promoted in Betway. Betway took a lot of my money, took a lot of your money. No one is telling me they won in Betway. A lot of crazy results. Let's start at the Premier League with the Mersey Derby. As a Liverpool fan, I don't want to talk too much about it. There was a lot that happened. Just want to ask you guys what you felt about that match. It was a good match, but there was a lot of controversy too. Let's start with you, Soso. Did you watch the game, and what do you think about it?
Yeah, first of all, I did watch that game because it was the opening. It was the curtain raiser for the weekend.
Yeah.
Pickford should have been sent off, first of all. regardless of the fact that Van Dijk was offside, because now Van Dijk is gone for basically the whole season.
Basically.
Liverpool played well. I always knew Liverpool weren't going to lose back-to-back. Like Everton were in form, yes, but I always knew Liverpool weren't going to lose back-to-back because at the end of the day, they are the defending champions. They have to respond like champions. And boy, did they respond like champions. Like, they had Everton for most of the game, and then it felt like Everton was trying to keep up with Liverpool the whole time, because Liverpool scored, then Everton scored, then Liverpool scored, then Everton scored. Then Liverpool scored at the end, and then Mane was offside from an elbow, bro, like literally an elbow. I was like, no. VAR is shady as fuck. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah,
Shady.
man, listen, when it comes to VAR, and I'm going to say this as a request, we need an entire episode. That's why I don't want to go too far, because if I went too far, this would be 3 hours. I would tell you guys to go get a meal, sit down, go get a meal, and I'll talk about what happened to my boys. So I just want to talk about the match. Love the controversy, everything. VAR needs its own episode. Nino, did you watch the match? What did you think?
I did watch the match, not too much of it. I actually switched off after the first half. So I don't have too much to say about the match, but I can summarize the EPL from my perspective. Word in, Aston Villa have just won their match against Leicester City. Last minute goal from Ross Barkley, taking that to only 3 teams that have won this weekend. For me, it's been, a drab week for me because I'm invested. My team hasn't played yet, Leeds United. So I can't say if it's been a great Premier League week for me.
Yeah.
Only 3 teams have won. But they've been high-scoring games. 2-3-3 results from Chelsea, Southampton, Tottenham, and West Ham. There's a lot of interesting things we can break down, there's a lot of interesting things, but I will reserve my analysis for a further episode.
Pino, if you want to talk about the Liverpool game, you can, but I think just to move things along smoothly, maybe you can transition to the Man United game, because I was going to ask you first anyway what you thought about your 4-1 win against Newcastle. So if you want to talk about Liverpool, you can. Please don't, bro. Please don't. But if you want to talk about them, you can. Please don't. But if you want to, you can. And after that, talk about Man United. So did you watch the Liverpool game? And what do you think about your boys, Man United?
I'm definitely not passing up an opportunity to discuss Liverpool drop points. I did watch the game. It was a very entertaining game. I had both teams to score, so that cashed. But, I don't know if you gents recall early on in this season, I called Everton as a solid dark horse for a top 4 position. I don't know, man. Those boys are they're looking solid. I think it's a bit early calling them challengers yet for the title because their squad is a bit lean, but they've definitely proved themselves to be more than just making up the numbers this season. I think they'll do well. Liverpool also probably do well. I'm very intrigued. Of course, we don't want to see anybody get injured. I definitely agree with Soso. Pickford, somehow the Premier League needs to look at that challenge retrospectively. That was a horrible challenge. I mean, these guys are playing to support themselves and their families, and you've basically just gone in recklessly and ended someone's season. After thinking about it, after some time, I think he definitely needs to get some type of retrospective punishment because that was a terrible challenge. However, it has brought up an intriguing scenario, which I've thought about before with the strong Liverpool team and what would they actually do without the tremendous keeper and centre-back. It's been something we've asked for a while, and now we have to see how they're going to manage that. I've never really rated Joe Gomez, so he's probably going to have a lot to do. So I'm very intrigued to see how that goes. Just going into the Man U game, I won't lie, going into the game, I wasn't completely confident about the result. I did have us winning. That also cashed. But how the game started wasn't good. We were a bit flat. I wasn't really a fan of Ole's team selection, even though he had a lot of things to think about, including the PSG game midweek. However, the gents pulled through for the manager, I believe. They fought until the bitter end and they pulled out the result. And we got ourselves a lovely win. So I'm happy. Both my teams won.
Away, man. And according to the Liverpool Echo, Van Dijk's injury seems to be an ACL, which is normally minimum 3 to 4 months. So that's a big injury. He went out the hospital in crutches. He's going to do surgery. Hopefully, after the surgery, of course, surgery normally can extend the injury time. So hopefully, the surgery goes well. Van Dijk comes back, because I mean, these people are fighting for their lives. They are playing. I mean, yeah, we enjoy it, but these guys, this is their job. And when someone's job is put at risk like that, it's not good. It's not good. You mentioned it before, actually. I think there's going to be a couple of big games that will happen before we record again. Man United versus PSG. I figured we should stay in Europe and talk about some of the UEFA matches. The two big matches are probably going to be Man United versus PSG and Bayern Munich versus Atletico Madrid. There's going to be other matches, but I think maybe we should stick to those. And midweek, when we do the show again, we'll talk extensively about all the other fixtures. As a Man United fan, Pino, to go back to you, what do you think your chances are against PSG?
Man, I love Man U, but I'm a realist. It's going to be a tough game, even though we just come off a big win. It's going to be a very difficult game. I don't know. I'll give us a 30% chance of winning. I think if we can defend, we'll do well. The problem is we can't defend. So I don't think our chances are that good. I think our best result is getting a point away. I'm not really confident in getting a win, but hey, let's hope for the best, man.
Sosa, with Man United winning 4-1, do you think they have a better chance against PSG?
Look, man, in football, you never know, hey? Like, you really never know. Because the last time Man United played PSG at that venue, they won 3-1. So, who knows? Maybe Ole is going through that good form thing again. Like, you really never know. But then, the interesting thing is that Neymar didn't play over the weekend as well. So maybe he was also being rested for the Champions League. So, yeah, like when I saw that PSG team, I was like, hey, there's a lot of players I don't know here. So maybe they were also resting players, thinking about the midweek fixture. But My money is definitely on PSG. Without a doubt, my money is on PSG, because PSG, they were beaten finalists, so they feel like they were that close, so they want to go a step closer. So they need to lay a title challenge. And what better challenge than to thrash Manchester United? So
Trash.
All right.
Trash.
Trash, bro.
Yeah.
You said trash, the man said trash.
And I'll segue into saying PSG are gonna trash you boys. They're gonna tear you guys in Europe. That's what I feel. But my problems with Champions League, it's so hard getting excited for the Champions League, because we all know it gets truly exciting right after the knockout stages have been revealed. For me, I always feel it's a grind getting into the group stage and grinding it out of those group stages. But I am grateful to have a fixture like PSG versus United to get things going. It is an exciting fixture. But I do believe PSG probably will beat you guys maybe 4-0, 3-0.
Don't do this. You're coming back.
I don't know. I just feel.
Don't do this. Oh my God.
And you know what? What the media is saying.
Man United fans, go easy on me.
You know what the media is saying. Apparently, if United didn't get a result against Newcastle today, apparently Ole was going to get the sack. So I'm not ruling that out. A lot of people. We haven't said this, but there's some sacking whispers in Europe that are floating around Europe. I think this might be the match. I think this.
To be fair to Ole, whenever he's in that precipice of getting sacked, that's when he comes alive. That's when he comes alive. Normally, when he's right there, when he's
a
at
mark
the
of a champion. Which is a mark of a champion. When the pressure's increased, you perform better. Just like he did in the 1999 Champions League final when our hopes were dead and Oli pulled us out of the fire. Mr. Pressure. Mr. Pressure.
Jess, okay, Mr. Pressure.
I sent in the group when it shows Ferguson like Ole when he's about to get sacked, and it's showing a young Ferguson there posing.
He's a young Ferguson when he's about to get sacked, man.
Yeah. And my last point, just concentrating on United. I feel like United's going to be the subject of debate for the next 2 weeks. You guys have PSG, and then you guys have Chelsea. And
two wins in a row.
You lose those 2 games or not get the desired results. It's gonna be tough for your fan base.
We'll see. Soso, I'm seeing your hands up. You're a Chelsea guy. I don't want to talk about Chelsea. I wanted to let you slide, but is there anything you want to talk about there? I mean, there were other fixtures, but I don't want to go too deep. But is there anything you want to say about your boys? 3-3, bro. Guys are winning 3-0.
Yo, first of all, brilliant performance from Werner. Lampard is showing me that he's a fraud every day. I keep saying he's a fraud. He's showing me that he's a fraud because, I don't even want to talk about this. The thing is, I'll go too deep if I start talking. There's just too much I want to say. I just want to say, very disappointing results for the team. Kepa, showing us what Kepa does best. I don't want to talk about it, man. Like it's just been a depressing sporting week.
Let me put you out your misery. Let me put you out your misery, my guy. Just before we wrap it up, right? I do this every week. Before we wrap it up, any last thing anyone wants to say? Pino, starting with you.
I'm just a happy camper. Like I said, both my teams won. Glory, Man United. Abuyila Makos.
Nino, you've got your boys tomorrow. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I got my boys tomorrow, so I'll reserve all my energy for them, hoping they beat Wolves. I think this Wolves team is going through something. I'm not sure what it is, but I think Leeds can capitalize on it. And it's been a good week of football. There's been a couple of things like the VAR, Pickford's tackle, and just general things in SA that bring us down. But overall, it was a good week of football, and I'm excited for the next 2 weeks. Premier League's back. It was a long wait. Champions League is coming, and then the DSTV Prem as well. What more can we ask for?
Yeah, man. Can't agree more. So.
First of all, United's losing on Wednesday. That's all I have to say. Going to lose, and then we are also gonna beat them, and then bye Ole. Bye Ole. I want Ole to stay. I want Ole to stay because I love seeing United suffer. I really love seeing United suffer. So the longer he stays, the more I enjoy that silence. Because United fans are quiet, and I'm enjoying that silence. Like I'm really enjoying
quiet.
What?
But how can you say you enjoy Ole staying when all he's done is beat Chelsea?
Yes,
he played you 4 times.
We've got the WhatsApp group.
He played you 4 times last year, and he beat you 3 times.
And then also lastly, Abo.
Chelsea menu. Not like this. We've got the WhatsApp group. Come on.
Also, lastly, I just want to say, at least my goalkeeper and my defender saved my game week in the FPL. I was that they kept
Let's not talk about that. We've got the WhatsApp group for that too.
FPL right now is tough for all 4 of us. We'll have FPL chats in the near future.
Yes, we've got the WhatsApp group for FPL and everything. And on that bombshell, for those who watch Top Gear, that's the end of the show. Guys, thanks for watching. It's been the Diski Den. It's been Nino, Sosomain, Pino, and me. And please subscribe. Please comment down below. Any fans of PSL, any fans of South African football, fans of Prem, fans of football, please comment down below. Tell us how your teams did. It's been a lot of bad results in Spain, everywhere. Everywhere there's been bad results. So please comment down below. Let us know what you think. Please drop a like. Support the boys. Subscribe once again. And thanks for joining us. This is Diski Den signing off. Adios. Adios.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.